Hi, Dr. Mark here for Natural Health. Hope you're having a great day. We got through another Monday, thank goodness. So glad you could all make it tonight. Hope you start telling your friends and family and neighbors about us here so you can come in and learn some good information. This month we're talking about chiropractic because it's National Chiropractic Month, and we're talking about brain-body connection tonight. Just as a reminder, we've been in office now for 42 years doing chiropractic and nutrition. I'm going to run through a diagram here that's kind of based on the chiropractic side, but we put the nutritional parts in it, so it all makes sense together. Chiropractic is a great way of helping the body to be healthy, getting the nervous system to work correctly so the body can monitor itself and heal itself, but there becomes barriers and things in there that keep that from happening. And in the symptom world, that's the neck and back pain that people associate with chiropractic and how we do such a good job with that. But there's so much else that chiropractic does, not only with neck and back pain, but by helping all the organs of the body, all the glands, almost every cell of the body is controlled or influenced by nerves coming from the spinal cord. So adjusting the spine, getting that to work correctly, getting the nerve system unblocked, really helps to help the body be strengthened. And then of course, we're doing the nutritional work too, giving the body the building blocks it needs to repair itself, and working with dietary consultations so that we can keep people from eating things that really cause a lot of problems, because people are familiar with chiropractic being, or subluxations or the misalignments being caused by injury or falls or car accidents or whatever, but these things can also be caused by your environment, stresses, toxins in the environment, poor diet, poor nutrition so that the ligaments get weak, all kind of things like that. So there's a lot of reasons why people can become subluxated, and chiropractors really are the only ones that know how to get that back and get it to hold and monitor it. Now there's other disciplines can manipulate an area, but they don't really pay attention to that. It's just something they can do, maybe for pain relief, but not really getting corrective care. We're going to talk about corrective care in a little bit here. So we'll start into our diagram here, the brain-body diagram. So what part of the body controls and coordinates the entire body? So of course, it's the brain. And the next part of this would be, how does the brain communicate with the rest of the body? Well, that's the nerves that come from the brain that go through the spinal cord into the body. So it's the nervous system, is how the body does that, how it communicates with the body and coordinates this health and healing effort there. So something must be interfering with the communication between the brain and the body. Major barriers that affect the nervous system are, this is more on the nutrition side. When we go through a nutrition exam, we're looking for these other forms of barriers. Now, in chiropractic, we look at the subluxation, which is the misalignment of the vertebra, and that is actually where the ligaments have weakened and the misalignment happens, the nerve is irritated, the body tightens the muscles on purpose, and so that becomes a problem that gets stuck there. And if it's there long enough, then it turns into disc problems and arthritis and things like that. That's why you want to try to get those things working correctly so that you don't have disc problems as time goes on. But these are the things that we look at on the nutritionist side too that can lend towards that non-communication of the brain and nervous system. So do you remember what it's called in this instance? So we're talking about barriers here, right, in the nervous system that don't let the brain communicate with the body. So with this interference in the nervous system, do you think your body will continue to function at 100%? So when everything is working correctly and the body is able to, the brain and body connection is able to heal the body, we have 100% function. We have what we call ease. Now, you're familiar with dis-ease. That's a problem, of course, but we look at it at ease, which is health. When the body is able to communicate, everything is functioning as it should, and we have there. But if we have a barrier, it lends towards not functioning 100%. So then we start to have malfunction in the body. And so if some part of your body malfunctions, would it stay in a state of ease or health? And of course, the answer to that would be no. You end up with disease, dis-ease, and then of course you lose the health aspect of things. The body's not working right. So how would your body tell you this was happening? So what are the signals and signs that there's a problem in there? And a lot of times it doesn't even show up for a long time. It can be a problem for quite a while. But what happens then is you start to have symptoms. So as we treat you, what do you think you will get rid of first out of this? And of course, you would get rid of the symptoms because that's the thing that showed up last. Now, I like to explain to patients that symptoms are like the red lights on the dashboard of the car blinking. Something's going on in there, but we don't always know what it is. Now, if you have a symptom like, say, for instance, your stomach hurts, well, right away you think it's the stomach. We've been trained to think this way because it's ought to be where the pain is at, but that's not always the case. So if we treat you just enough to get rid of your symptoms, have we cleared out the disease and the malfunction or the cause? And of course, no. And that's the problem with what happens with mainstream medicine is they just work on the symptoms. And so what happens is you never fix the cause. You never look at the reason why it's there. And then the medication used to stop the symptom is strong enough to override the autonomic nervous system, and you end up with more problems later. So then you have to be on another medication. So we try to avoid all that. We're looking at trying to get to the underlying cause, get rid of this barrier, or in the chiropractic world, a subluxation, which again is this nerve pinching thing going on caused by the misalignment of the vertebra in there too. So what kind of care is this? Relief care or corrective care? And of course, when you're just getting rid of the symptoms, you're getting relief. And that's okay, but if you don't ever address the problem, the underlying cause, and keep it working towards healing, again, we're back to the disc problems. People wonder why, well, how come I get this disc problem all of a sudden? Well, it's been going on for 20 years. You wore the disc out because of the misalignment. That's why discs become a problem. They're a big problem when you have them. And then the symptoms, if you don't treat the underlying cause, whatever that nerve that goes to that's being pinched is not working right, and then that organ or gland will not function correctly, and then you end up with other degenerative conditions going on there. So if you drop out of care as soon as your symptoms are gone and the cause underlying problems still exist, what do you think would happen to your symptoms? So of course they'll just come right back. And so some people that come in the chiropractor's offices, well, a lot, but we're trying to change that, go for relief care, and they want to get adjusted just so because they have a headache or they have a back pain, and that's great. We adjust them, and after maybe once or twice, the pain will go away, but the problem hasn't healed up yet, and so they'll go, well, I'm not having any pain, so I don't go back. Well, then in so much time later, the same pain is back again. And it's just a cycle that they don't ever learn. You have to get to the underlying cause of the problem and fix that, get it to stabilize, and then the body can heal itself. But this is just relief care when you get rid of just the symptoms. So if you really wanted to get healthy, what would you have to do? What kind of care do we call that? So if we treat the person enough, then you want to get rid of the symptoms, but also the barrier or the subluxation to make sure that that stays away so the body can, again, heal, get normal function, get normal strength, get normal ability to heal itself through the nervous system and the brain-body connection. The symptoms go away, the barriers are corrected, so it's corrective care. So that's what we always strive to get people to do. Doesn't always work out, but that's what we always strive to get people to do. And then a lot of times in our busy world, keeping on a maintenance schedule, maybe getting adjusted once a month or something like that, once you've done with corrective care, to maintain it is always a good idea, rather than let it get all back out of place again. Because if you think about it, the human body has never been in cars for just a short time. We really weren't meant to sit in something bounced around and with your neck bobbling around like that. Especially if you have car accidents and things like that, or all the other goofy things that we do that really are not natural to the body. They may be fun, like roller coasters and stuff, but there's a cost to that. So it's always important to really keep that corrected, just like having your teeth checked every so often, or your heart, blood pressure, or those kind of things. Chiropractic adjusting is really good on a maintenance level too, to keep the body working well that way structurally. So I think that's a good little blurb on my part. So it kind of had a little bit of the chiropractic side and some of the nutritional work we do too in the same thing there, because when chiropractic was invented, the inventor, D.D. Palmer, knew that not only was these subluxations caused by the traumas and ligament loosening and things, but also, or mostly, by the environment. Again, that's diet, toxins, whatever else is going on. This is back in 1895, before a lot of the junk we're involved with now is going on. They had a lot better nutrition back in those days, at least some people. So anyway, enough for me tonight. Don't forget that we have free consultations here. If you want to come in and just see what we're up to and ask questions about what we're up to, you can always come and do that. We have on our website at naturalhealthquincy.com. There are a lot of videos and things to watch there that show what we do here. So we're kind of an unusual office in that we have not only the good chiropractic care, but also the good nutritional work, the dietary counseling, and other therapies that we use to help the body to actually get healthy and know what we're doing with relief care and then corrective care and then maintenance over time. So don't forget to give us a call. And also you can sign up for our newsletter or blog on our website too. So just don't forget those good things. Those are available for more information. So I think that's enough for me. I'm going to turn over to Dr. Chip and let him talk to you about more things. We'll see you next week, and we'll talk a lot more about chiropractic things again this whole month of October. So Dr. Chip, take it away.
Okay. Yeah. How's everybody doing tonight? Very good. Okay. So again, chiropractic this month, October, is chiropractic month. So we're going to keep diving into what chiropractic is all about. Again, there are a lot of different ways to see chiropractic, but we want to make sure to at least give our perspective, our opinion of how that works there too. I'm Dr. Chip, by the way. So again, chiropractic, this is kind of like a short little synopsis here, but physiological changes, nervous system, and circulation. So just kind of a very brief understanding is that when we get things lined up well, we get the nervous system working properly, your blood flowing well, then again, it actually helps promote good physiological changes. So your body is always adapting, always trying to do what it needs to stay healthy and still heal. Just like when you get a cut, you can put Neosporin on it, you can put a Band-Aid on it, you can put all these things on it, but what really heals the cut is what the body does. Because there is an intelligence in our body that is able to function well when everything is aligned and balanced out correctly. And so when we just for this instance here, when our nervous system is not working, when we're not getting good nerve flow to the different areas, that could be our organs, that could be our extremities, that could be the different cells of our body in general. And then circulation, again, kind of going off that part too, is that these can kind of influence each other. So again, if our nervous system's off, if our brain and body is not connecting properly, then our circulation could be off. So these are just kind of more brief things to understand that when these are off, when we have bad nerve and blood supply, and we could start having physiological issues. That could be pain, that could be issues in the body such as health issues, diabetes, it could be circulation, it could be poor bowel movements, it could be digestive issues. All these different things are coming to, again, back to more of how our brain and body is not able to communicate properly. And so for instance here too, I have a rubber band here. And so just a very quick little example here is that, if you have your finger here, it's got good, healthy nerve and blood flow, everything's able to work properly, function well. But say like if you had a rubber band and you got it really tight around your finger, just really, really tight, everything's really cutting off there. So again, if it's really, it could be a little tighter here, but if it's doing that, you're going to start seeing physiological changes. You're going to start seeing color patterns that are going to be different. But that after a while, when it becomes more red, it could actually turn more to white. And so you're going to start feeling different things, and it could start having pain. It could start having numbness, tingling. And so these are all different things to tell us, hey, there's something going on we need to figure out. There is a barrier, there is an interference that's going on that we need to address and correct. And so if we do keep this on long enough, that blood flow, that nerve flow won't be able to get to that proper different parts of the body there too. This, for instance, is the finger. And if we do this long enough, if we have this issue for a long period of time too much, we could start actually causing too much almost permanent damage to this finger there. And so the problem, or the reason why we want to get that corrected, we want to get the interference unblocked, we want to get everything cleared out, is because if we don't do that, we're going to start losing proper functioning, feeling, and we're going to, that's going to be actually not able to come back. And so that's, again, just kind of happening with our whole body, is that if we're able to have good, healthy communication, our brain and body are connecting well, then we get back to a good, healthy, normal state where we're able to heal and adapt properly. So we'll go ahead and do a little bit further here. So when we talk about how our body and brain function well, I mean, again, chiropractic does a great job with pain because it really helps to coordinate our brain and body correctly. Now, of course, too, there could be a misalignment there. That's something that really needs to be adjusted well. But really, too, is our brain and bodies are adapting all the time. We're healing all the time. We're able to do things where, again, we're going to have falls, trips, all that too. And so, and maybe we need to get that adjusted correctly so our body's able to maintain a good, healthy, adaptable healing pattern. But again, if we're not able to do that, there's an issue. And so we talk about kind of the three stresses, kind of like thoughts, traumas, toxins, all that too, that could be an issue to how our brain and body are not able to heal correctly. And so we talk about the nervous system states, again, very brief understanding here, but if we're in a fight or flight state, that's kind of more of our sympathetic drive. That's going to be more of, if there's immediate threat around our surroundings, there could be different instances. But the unfortunate thing is that in this fast-paced society that we're in, we're kind of moving to, a lot of times, we're in these different mindsets that we have to go, or it could be that we learn different information, or we picked up some things from past experiences that causes our body to stay in this state. Now, again, we're not able to do well, of course, in long periods in that state. That's kind of a chronic thing. Now, this is kind of more of our parasympathetic, our rest and digest. This is, again, important for able to be digesting our foods properly, assimilate those foods, so that we build our bodies back up strong. And the main thing is, again, adaptability. When our brain and body are well connected and coordinated, it's able to go back and forth in these states. So when it needs to, it can shift back and forth. However, many people are more stuck in one state, or could be even another state there too, just too much of the time. And so our body's not able to transition back and forth. And so that is a crucial thing, because anything or any organism in their environment that can't adapt properly to their environment is not going to last very long. And so again, we want to make sure that we are being able to get our brain and body reset so that we are able to function properly and heal when it needs to. So again, like we said, these are not good and bad. They're just different states for our nervous system to be in to help ourselves regulate better. Because again, if there is a tiger in the room in our immediate surroundings and it's hungry and it wants to actually eat us, we don't want to be stuck in this state. We want to get back in this state so we can run, flee, fight, or hide. And again, get back to this state, we want to be able to rest and digest to actually assimilate our foods well. So again, just going back on the chiropractic, we all have these different views of it, depending on where you came from or what experiences you've had with other chiropractors and all that. But the other understanding or principle behind there too is that our brain or our bodies are kind of more like electrical machines. You can take, for instance, like the nervous system there too. It actually sends electrical impulses because, again, that's kind of how our brain and body are able to send those signals. And so there's a book, it's a fascinating book. It's called The Body Electric by Robert Becker and Gary Sullivan there. But it explains how our bodies are more like electromagnetic. And that's important because there's a lot of different things in our environments that can cause, different things going on in our bodies. But like we said there too, is that the stresses are toxins, traumas, and thoughts. And so even being able to know that we are able to do these things, we're able to heal, that these ideas that our body is very adaptable, it's very good at what it does, it's very intelligent. Our bodies, our brains are the most sophisticated, intelligent technology we have on this planet. So it's good to respect that and be able to say that maybe there is something that we can do for ourselves to help ourselves to heal properly and get back in a good, healthy, normal state where it can adapt better. And so again, making sure that our brain and our body are well connected, we want to get back to being able to allow this power, this energy to flow properly so that it can do what it needs to allow our bodies to be healthy. And so we want to get back, we want to be able to plug back into the power source here. So just any appliance out there doesn't work very well if you don't actually plug it in. So we got to make sure to, again, realign, get things plugged back in and able to actually use what we're given here too. So again, just a brief explanation there. And then again, kind of going back to the communication part, kind of with our brain and our body, we want to have good communication because we know with anything is that if we're not having good communication there too, that could be relationships, government, economics, business, all that. We want to make sure that there is good communication because everybody that's how people work properly together. So like our brain communicating to all the cells of our body, we want to make sure that's good signals, good healthy communication to where everything's functioning well. So again, just a little analogy there. All right, so you can always follow us at Natural Health Quincy IL at Facebook, YouTube, Brady on Instagram. We are a little bit on Rumble, but we're not so much on that anymore. You can subscribe to our email list at naturalhealthquincy.com. We're located at 2000 Jefferson Street in Quincy, Illinois, and the number is 217-228-2040. Again, so thank you so much, everybody, for watching. We're gonna keep doing more of the chiropractic themed weeks or health shops here this month, October. So stay tuned for more information. Again, like Dr. Mark explained, that we're a little different office. We kind of go on the premise of more health and wellness and to get you back to your optimal state. So again, thank you again and have a great rest of your night and week. Thank you.